Are you going to a music festival this summer? If so, at some point you're probably going to have to pack. Unless you're that guy who turns up with just a bottle of vodka and his festival ticket, in which case, good for you, but I wouldn't recommend it for everybody. Actually, I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. This is a terrible plan. This video is about practical packing tips for any festival. Doesn't matter if you're going to Glastonbury, Leeds or Download Festival, this video will help. Just before we begin, if you like this video, please could you click like and subscribe for more festival content as soon as I upload it. It's going to be great. Anyway, on with the list. Number 4, a truck, trolley or sack barrow. Any one of these three things is going to be an absolute godsend when you get to the festival and realise that you have packed far, far too much. It's going to be really heavy and anything you can do to lighten that load is going to just be, the best thing ever. Most festivals will have some people there renting out this kind of stuff, but my god are they expensive. Just buy a cheap one from B&Q, Homebase, something like that. Put your stuff on it, wrap it up in cling film, and there you go. Much easier, much lighter than having to carry it all on your back and giving yourself a hernia. Off topic, what do you call that? Is it a truck, trolley or sack barrow? I don't know. My dad says it's a sack barrow. It's not gonna sack. I call it a truck, other people call it a trolley. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Number 3, pack smart. When packing for a festival, it is important to know what you are taking, but it is also important to know why you are taking it. Let's say you're going to a festival for 6 days. Taking 10 pairs of socks and 10 pairs of pants makes sense. These are core clothes. You need to make sure you have enough spare, fresh, clean versions of these things just to make sure that your festival is okay. However, when packing, ask yourself, do I really need to take 10 pairs of t-shirts, a jacket, a jumper in case it gets cold, some extra trousers, some shorts? Do you really need all of this? Because you probably don't. One great piece of advice I got about packing for a festival was pack everything you want to take and then try and halve it. It really makes you think, do I actually need this or do I just want to take it? I never actually managed to do this. I always end up taking far more than I really need. But it's a really good piece of advice for other people to follow. This is why it's a good idea to plan your outfits. Now this is stereotypically seen as a feminine thing to do, to plan the outfits you're going to wear, but guys, you should do it as well because you're going to take far more t-shirts than you actually need. If you plan the outfits you're going to wear for that day, you're only taking the things you need to wear on those days. It's going to save you so much space from taking unnecessary stuff. Number 2, know how to pack a bag. Now I don't know how widespread this knowledge is, but packing a bag like this is not actually the most effective way of packing. If your partner is more organised than you are, like mine is, you can ask them to pack your bag for you, or they may decide to just do it anyway because they don't trust the way that you're doing it, which is fair. However, if you're packing yourself, just remember that folded up clothes take up less space than scrunched up clothes. Now I know folding clothes is boring, nobody wants to do it, but it's going to save you space, it's going to make it a lot easier to carry that bag than everything scrunched up in there, having to carry it on your back. It's going to be awful. Also remember that what you can carry isn't limited to just the weight, but also the size. Carrying a small bag of folded up clothes is a lot easier than a really massive bag of scrunched up clothes. Now before we march on with the number 1 tip in this packing video, we're going to do a quick fire round of small tips that might be helpful. Pack your stuff in a rucksack or at least a bag with handles. Don't pack your stuff in a suitcase for obvious reasons. Decant your spirits from glass bottles to plastic bottles before you get to the festival. It's going to save you time, and if the security people at the festival see that you have it in a glass bottle, there's a chance they're just going to take it off of you. It's not worth the risk. Bring sunscreen and a raincoat. Remember, hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Festivals are rather infamous for their rain and mud, so if you want to take your Sunday best or some new pristine white trainers, do so at your own risk. And now, the number 1 packing tip, and it's another multiple answer. So let's get on with it. Number 1, unexpectedly useful items. When you're planning what to take to a festival, you're probably thinking of clothes, beer, tickets, tent, the basic stuff. However, you may not have thought of number 4, duct tape. This stuff is incredible. If your tent gets a hole in it during the middle of a rainstorm, this is going to be invaluable. Number 3, cling film. As I mentioned earlier, this is great for wrapping all of your stuff on a truck, trolley, sack barrow, whatever you want to call it. But it's even more incredible on the Monday morning when you just throw everything onto the truck, badly cling film it together so it doesn't fall apart because you don't care and oh my god, I just want to go to McDonald's. Number 2, a hot water bottle. If you get cold at night normally, you're probably not going to get any warmer sleeping in a tent in the middle of a field. A hot water bottle will be an absolute luxury for your camp and it will make you feel just a little bit better than everyone else around you. And number 1, plastic bags. Not just helpful for if it rains and gets really muddy and you need somewhere to put all of your dirty clothes, but when packing in the first place to go to the festival, if you plan different pieces of clothing for a different bag, so say this bag has underwear and stuff in it, this one has t-shirts in, when you get to the festival and you want to change your clothes, instead of ripping everything out of the bag and rummaging through it all, you just have to go, oh, it's in that bag, I know that that's where I keep my t-shirts, just get that bag out, have a look, then put it back. It'll keep your tent nice and tidy, and you won't be losing everything all the time. Plus, if your festival does happen to take place during monsoon season, and it's just muddy everywhere and all of your shoes are ruined, instead of putting nice clean socks on and then putting them straight into a muddy shoe again, you can put nice clean socks on, wrap them up in a plastic bag, then put your shoes on, and then you can walk around without the fear of getting mud all up in your feet. And that is all of my practical packing tips I have for you in this video. If you have any other tips, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please could you click like and subscribe, it would help me out so much. Follow me on the social medias, you can buy me a coffee on Ko-Fi if you want. Thank you for watching, my name is Rob, and I will see you in another video very soon.